Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Coin Sola. Hope you're doing well, hope you're doing amazing. If you are new here, thank you so much for coming around. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you. So as you guys know, I've been doing the review of Real Housewives of Lagos, and can I just say I'm actually really enjoying doing this because there's so much heavy content right now everywhere. And it's good to just come here and just talk about light-hearted things that pertain to really black women, African black women on the continent. It makes me really happy right now because, like I said, there's so much going on. If it's not this, it's that. If it's not that, it's just, let's just enjoy our pretty handbags. Let's just be light, you know, zen. My top is actually a top from Josie. I say Josie, it's from Smart Brown Girls. And it's got Octavia Butler, Simone, Nina Simone, not Simone, Audre Lorde, and it says black women are valuable. You can't see, I'm doing too much. So we're talking about episode 4, and I have to be really honest. I had a bit of a new insight because I'm subscribed to the off-air show with Miriam and Tools, and they had a Real Housewives of Lagos special with Chyoma, Joe, and I saw Miriam first there on their show before I saw her on the Real Housewives of Lagos. I really like the off-air show. I watch it. I'm subscribed to their channel, so that's the only way. It wasn't like I was even going to find new information. I haven't been doing extracurricular for the show. I just want to focus on the show per week rather than trying to find, oh, that's this, that's that. I want to be surprised. I don't want to feel like I'm hunting new information out. If it comes to me, it comes to me. I will recommend you guys go and watch that. You get a bit of insight, and it made me a bit biased to one person in particular in terms of like liking them. So this week we pick up where we left off with Laura and Caro literally just called it quits, whatever, and then Laura moves on to Chyoma because Chyoma's like, oh well, now that you and Caroline are gonna figure things out, can I just say, can you take down my friend's story from your sisters? And I was thinking, Chyoma, I don't know if this is the right time, but I don't blame you. And then that's when it all kicked off. It was like, so I don't like when the producers introduce characters or the people talk about characters that aren't, that people who may not know these women are like, who's Kika? Who is Kika? Who's Kika? I don't know who Kika is. Who's Kika? Who is she? She doesn't even go here. So I was like, okay, who's Kika? I'm not going to start Googling her, but Kika is Chyoma's business partner, and apparently Linda Ikeji's been talking about her on her blog. Who has Linda Ikeji not been talking about? Everybody said that. So even Toyin, yeah, but everybody has a problem with Linda Ikeji, as it's very obvious at the moment. So, and then Laura, I can tell that they haven't beaten Laura up in her life. I can tell, well, it's Nori, they haven't beaten her up. So she was like, fuck Kika. I was like, go and say it to her face then. Losoni Wajure, go and say it to her face. Go and say fuck you into her face. I was like, darling, this energy you have, you can't fight. You know what? You can tell someone can't fight. You cannot fight. Stop bringing gra energy when you know you don't have gra energy. Stop bringing it. And then she was like, oh, and then Chyoma is such a lawyer. Chyoma was like, you're so uncouth. It's so undignified, isn't it? I was like, lawyer, I think English first, so Lenny, you want to say all the English you know, it's okay. Laura hit back like, well, I don't fight in clubs, you do. I'm thinking, okay, so what, she fought in a club? So what? What's the big deal? Joe and Tiana devised like a distraction because Tiana said, Auntie Yabo, and then Yabo just said, don't have to me, Auntie. If you call me Auntie again. I don't know, but it was just in jest. So they just did that as an aside to just distract everyone and kind of ease the tension. And it's funny, that's when Laura was saying, 10 of you can brush me. I was thinking, because they're distracted, that's why you have mouth to talk. Laura, you know what? I'm still going to give her grace. I'm going to give everyone grace. But Laura's mouth runs a bit too much. I need her to just bring it down. There's something about her energy. Miss Britney take to her. There's something about her energy. It just seems so mean at times. Like, you don't need that. You don't need that. You just don't. Like, you guys remember last time I said, have they even eaten canapes? Turns out they really hadn't, because Yabo Ojo, our resident foodie, was like, Where's the food? Like, bring the food. Food hadn't been brought out yet, but Caroline brought out this meditator. Is that a job? A meditator? I thought everyone could meditate. Anyway, someone to lead the meditation. And Tony was like, Kuli, what? Crying now, the tensions are too high. Tony is just being funny. She's just being herself. And I think the argument with Chyoma and Laura just kind of fizzled out into nothing, which is absolutely fine with me. I really think the producers, if they really wanted to devise drama, they could have had the scene end with Laura and Chyoma and Caroline going at it, and the scene ending there without having anyone saying, oh, you know, I'm sorry for this, and then cut, and then let them meet up, some coffee, link up or some whatever, build up to more tension. Wow, look at me being a devil's advocate. The devil don't need no advocate. But yeah, it was just weird how we just were having this really high pressure argument to now everyone's cool. As the event was going on, they were playing two truths, one lie. Again, these games. And Laura was like in the middle of like, in her confessionals. She has more energy in her confessionals. Laura was just saying things like, oh, I want to go home. This party's so boring. This party's this, party's that. I was just thinking, you're a grown woman. Get up and go then. Go. Like, you've already argued with two people. It felt like Mean Girls when, you know, when people talk about, is it Georgina? I mean, this is what she did to me. This is what she did to me. It felt like that, but for Linda Ikeji. Anyway, everyone was just, so I just thought, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to stay. And this is the thing about life. If you're in a situation that you don't feel comfortable, you can walk away from the situation. You don't have to stay there. So I was just like, go home. Anyway, in the middle of the game of two truths and one lie, Laura said something, then she backtracked a little bit. So she said one of her truths was that her best friend and her husband had an affair. Another one was that she's never had a fight with her sister. And another one is that she's cool with Chyoma. And everyone was concerned, like, oh, like, wait, your man slept with your best friend? And it's just like, no, it's like before, you know, we dated, before we married. And I was like, but an affair would suggest that it happened. Am I not thinking about it straight? Is it me? Comment down below. Did she not backtrack? Was that not, she's good at, she has a history of backtracking, right? That was a backtrack, no? Wow, if her husband did that, you foul. Horrible. I think that's such a horrible thing to go through, like the two people that you really trust. And then when they were referencing Chyoma and her being cool, she was like, well, I haven't shopped in Chyoma shop for 6 years, so whatever. I think her issue with Chyoma really just boils down to the fact that Chyoma called her a customer. And it's just like, move on, hun, move on. Whatever you think it was with Chyoma is not claiming you like that, and it's a very painful thing where you think you have someone here and then they say, oh no, that ain't my girl, I don't know her. It's painful to go through, let's all be real as human beings, but I don't think it needs to create this much animosity towards Chyoma. It's just move on, just accept it for what it was and let it go. Let it go. We move on to Chyoma is planning a getaway for the ladies. You know, getaway. I love a getaway. And I like Chyoma. She's really thoughtful and she thinks about things properly. And she said they're going to the land of power and wealth. I was really thinking as an Igbo girl, I'm not Igbo, but Chyoma is Igbo. She would have taken them to like the east. That's what I thought. But no, she's taking them up north to Abuja. So she was getting ouds together. She was like, oh, I think the ouds will really complement where we're going because, you know, Arab influence and scent and oud. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's nice. That's sweet. And she was creating little gift packages or hampers. Chyoma, you go, girl. You go, you cutie. And then another thing that kind of testified to her being just really thoughtful and kind was her creating a prosthetic arm for a staff member of hers who got into an accident and lost an arm. And I thought that was really, really not just kind and thoughtful, but it was also a testament to how much she really thought about it, because to make sure the details, like it looked like his fingernails and it looked like his actual hands. Those who manufacture prosthetic arms and things like that, I don't think they really thought about how you might need darker skin tones. The importance of having a to attention to detail prosthetic arm for a black person, your fingernails looking the same, the shade and the tones. I think that was such a thoughtful gift. It was a bit awkward at times and a bit make-believe, like, what, the box just came and then the staff member just came, like, you go, Chyoma, philanthropy queen. So Chyoma, being the queen that she is, she's inviting everyone, the ladies, to a Japanese night. The restaurant looked really nice. I actually would like to go there. Everywhere I want to go. Everywhere I want to go. Where do I know want to go? And Yabo Jo was like talking about her outfit and get ready. And then she made some culturally insensitive comment. Like, it wasn't comment. The thing is, all I'm going to say is we can't look at... I personally can't look at the show from that lens of like a Western lens, looking at it like, oh no, that was really culturally insensitive. This is a conk Yoruba woman, right? You guys know what I'm trying to say without trying to say it, but yeah, let's just skip over that part. Chyoma is just like, she doesn't strike me as someone that's very, you can't sit with us. When she saw that Yabo Jo was struggling with the chopstick, she would literally said, let me show you how to do it properly, and she was helping her out and everything like that. And I think that's how everyone should be. A lot of people have this like class hierarchy, because you don't know how to use chopstick, you're very uncultured. Like, shut up. Like, just be helpful to people. See, Yabo Jo is trying, she's embracing it, she's a quick learner. A good lesson to everyone, like, just be kind to others, just be welcoming. Don't hold your nose up at people and think, oh, you don't have to use chop. Just be kind. Yeah, that's Chyoma, our kind queen. Wait, but let me not speak too soon before she comes and does something very mad. But Chyoma's giving sweetheart. At the dinner, Chyoma lets everyone know we're going to the land of power and wealth, blah 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 blah, we know. And it's interesting because Abuja, when she took them to Abuja, I was like, Lagos used to be the capital of Nigeria until it moved because of military reasons or something. I need to check the date that it moved, but Lagos, was a former capital, yeah. But now it's not. So Yabo Jo was like, oh, I'm traveling, I'm going to London or Paris. So I was like, oh, Ajala travel all over the world. Anyway, so she can't make it, and then Chyoma made me laugh. Chyoma's confessionals, you can tell, again, watch the off-air interview with Chyoma. She was really candid in the interview, but you can tell that she's not used to it. She's like, oh no, that's the worst news ever. I was like, Chyoma, I don't know, I find Chyoma cute now. Am I speaking too soon? Whereas Carolina, Caroline, whatever her name is, I'm really confused now. She was like, oh, I can't wait to get out of Lagos. I can't wait to just disappear from Lagos. I was like, I told you guys in the last review, everyone's trying to disappear. Do you know Ibadan, Ijebu, they're really, really quiet cities. If I was going to spend some time outside of Lagos, I would spend some time in the less populated areas of Nigeria, because Lagos can be a lot sometimes. You might just want a time to just chill in another city. Remember, I told you have to keep your weird in your pockets, but that is exhausting in itself. You don't always want to be on crowd. You just want to enjoy your life. Next thing we see Laura driving. You know what? As much as Laura can be very like, I don't know, Laura can be very hit or miss. I have this thing about seeing women driving big cars. I don't know what it is. It's just so bossy and sexy to me. Like, babes just driving a big car, an SUV, a Range Rover. It just makes me feel like, you go, yes. And her friend were talking about how Chyoma invited her to, well, they didn't know it's Abuja yet, but they were trying to guess where it was, to the land of power and wealth. And so her friend was like, oh, let me open your invite. And they opened the invite and they were trying to guess, oh, where's this land of power? Like, Laura Ojukokoro, she went and said Vegas. I said Vegas, land of power and wealth. Honey, that is a land of debauchery and gambling. That ain't no power and wealth. Think harder. So she wants to go because she has Ojukokoro. She just wants to use somebody else's resources to have a good time. That's how I see it. I didn't think of it as she wants to go to make friends. Miriam has arrived. Why am I dancing for her? Miriam has arrived, and again, because I watched the off-air show, I'm a bit biased. I like her. I like Miriam. Miriam is a PR babe, and she's a businesswoman as well, and she's a Yoruba girl. She's speaking Yoruba with us. We love to hear it. And she's just telling us about her life. She has a daughter. She has a husband who is a Caucasian man. I could have just said white man there. Who's a white man. He's 20 years older than her. they met when she, or they met or they got married when she was 27. Like, but anyway. She seems like she had her head screwed on when they met, but I still think like, so you couldn't have gone with a 30-something-year-old? Anyway, let's move on, Sha. Miriam is very bubbly. She's very like funny, light-hearted, and she speaks very fast, but so do I, so I don't blame her. Miriam said something that's absolutely my favorite. She said, stop putting candles on your man's birthday cake because when he married you, he got everything he wished for. I said, say it, girl, you better say it. So I like her so far. The way we meet her is through Toyin, because her and Toyin are besties. They're besties. The way we actually see them together is Toyin's in her creative grind bag. She stays in that bag and she's spending time with her family. We're getting ready for her. She's doing a 40th birthday shoot. They're walking down the lake in this bush that they went to. Toyin's assistant comes down and he's like, oh, there's a gift for you. I'm thinking, guys, so you packed that all the way from the city to bring it down in this Igbo? Because ain't no way Chyoma knows that you're in the bush to come and deliver something like that. So anyway, let's make believe. Let's go with the drama. They open it and it's like the land of power and wealth. And only Toyin had sense to even think Port Harcourt. Even me, I was thinking Port Harcourt. Are we going to Port Harcourt? Are we going to Enugu? Where are we going? You know? So that's what they said. Then they guessed Abuja too. I think they guessed Abuja, but yeah. And Miriam becomes Toyin's +1 because the whole point of us meeting some of their friends is that Chyoma has said, please bring your +1s, bring them as well. They're more than welcome. Laura Ojukokoro, she was the first to arrive at the airport of their surprise getaway. That again, we know that it's Abuja at the end of the day, but they don't know yet. So she's the first to arrive at the surprise getaway airport. You know, PJ levels. First to arrive after she was cussing the girl out. Imagine, first arrive at the private jet, port departure. See, I don't get private jets. So if you want to bless me and say, Coin, this year 2020, so I'm taking a private jet, call me. I leave my email down in the comment section, in the description. Email me, I'll come. Unless you want to use me for ritual, do not invite me. Don't, thank you. I think that Chyoma is either Chyoma is genuinely being kind to Laura, even after everything, or Chyoma is doing kill them with kindness. I haven't made up my mind yet about that because she's being really nice to this girl. After Toyin comes looking fat. By the way, Toyin and Chyoma, I stopped talking about their fashion sense because they just always look good. So it's like, I'm just repeating myself. So Toyin comes, Toyin hates waiting. The girls are keeping her waiting. There's a bit of a tension brewing between Toyin and Caroline. Am I the only one that's clocking that? Because when they were late, Toyin was like, and Caroline said, I was ill. Toyin was like, I'm meant to know. And Toyin made reference to how she's giving a fly and a bitchy attitude. I was thinking, what's going on? Calm down. Then their friends and family join them. Laura's friend Celine joins, and then Laura was talking to Celine about the private jet experience, and then she was saying to her friend, oh, what's that girl's name? Do you know who the girl's name was? It was Chyoma, the person who allowed her to go on a private jet. I was thinking, are you rude? Don't forget my name. Don't forget Chyoma's name. I have moments like that where I forget people's names. I was just like, you literally just got on this girl's private jet. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know her name. Another family member that arrived for Toyin was, well, she had two people. She had her daughter Tiana and then she had Miriam. So her daughter Tiana was the first one to arrive, and her daughter Tiana was like, there just talking to her mom, and then she was asking her about boyfriends, and I was like, oh yeah, especially as a teenager, I'm like, can we start letting kids be kids? But she wasn't asking about boyfriends in a like, oh, when are you getting married? She was asking, and obviously that would be really weird. In a more like, stay away from those boys. And can you guys see the pipeline? The stay away from boys to when are you getting married pipeline? It's very quick, isn't it? I was like, leave her alone. Like, let her be a kid. Like, let her be young. But I guess mums are just looking out for their daughters. But at the same time, like, and they started talking about, oh, the first kiss you have is what if one boy wants to kiss you, one kiss is like 100k. And I was like, oh, this is really awkward. Anyway, Miriam arrives and then she says, oh, I haven't seen Tiana in how many years? And I was like, you literally saw her yesterday at her mum's photo shoot. Maybe she didn't see her. I don't know. Or maybe she didn't see her have a pajama party, but that's where the episode kind of fizzles out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please, if you've watched like it, because I forget sometimes to like people's videos. So make sure you like, comment. Like, what are your thoughts on Laura, on Miriam? She's a rush. Bye.